Hey YouTubers, this is Numi 2004, also known as D Princess 28. As promised, this video is going to be basically just some tips and some suggestions to you ladies out there who wish to transition from relaxed to natural. The first video I posted was of my flat ironed hair, but this is my 100% natural curly hair. Um, and so I think I hit on this a little bit in my video where I talked about my hair journey. If you see that video, you'll know that I went from being relaxed into incurring a lot of damage and then starting basically from scratch and going to natural. And it is a process. It's not just the practical side of it, it's also an emotional journey. I just feel like in today's society for African American women, it's hard for us to embrace our natural hair. We've just been conditioned to go for a more European look, I guess you could say, which is straighter hair, which is nothing wrong with that. I think being natural is actually having the best of both worlds because you can rock your natural curls and then you can just flat iron your hair when you want to wear it straight. But when you go through the relaxer process, it kind of takes that away from you. And so, I just want to lend my support to those of you who do want to go on this journey. So let's start with the first suggestion. Okay, so the first thing I want you ladies out there to know is that you don't have to do the big chop, which is also known as the BC. That's the term that we use on the hair care boards. Unfortunately for me, I didn't really have a choice because I incurred a lot of damage, and so my hair broke off. And then so at that point, it was just basically me cutting my hair into just evening up the ends so that I could start from scratch. But from that point on, I just, as my hair grew out, I trimmed it regularly until eventually all the relaxed ends were cut off. So that is an option for you ladies out there who don't want to do the big chop. It can be devastating, especially if you're used to having long hair and you want to have long hair, and then you may not even, maybe short hair just isn't for you. So just know that you don't necessarily have to do the big chop. Okay, so I know a lot of stylists out there are going to be very mad about this next suggestion. But for those of you who are planning to transition from relaxed to natural, I would highly suggest that you fire your stylist. Unless, of course, you have a fabulous stylist who is going to be there to hold your hand on that journey, help you transition, help you find products. It really is something that you need to do for yourself. You need to get to know your natural hair. I think that's one of the reasons why a lot of us sisters out there do not transition from relaxed to natural. I think a lot of us want to, but a lot of women are scared to do so because you may have been going to your stylist for years. You're used to just sitting in a chair getting the creamy crack treatments we like to call, and so we like to call relaxers on the hair care board. But you know, you're gonna be the one wearing this luscious head full of natural hair. And so I think it's important, even if you want to go to a stylist. I know there are salons out there that do cater to natural hair. If you feel the need to go there, that's great as well. But I just think it's an exciting journey. Like I said, for a lot of women, it's emotional. And so if you can learn to work with your hair, nobody's going to know your hair better than you. The moment that you make the decision that you want to transition from relaxed hair to natural hair, you should start treating all your hair like it's natural. Um, Unfortunately, I see a lot of women who do the exact opposite. They start pressing out their roots to blend in with the relaxed hair, and I think that's the worst thing you can do. First of all, your natural hair is stronger than your relaxed hair, and the point where the relaxed and natural hair meet is very fragile. That's why women have to keep up those relaxer processes, because you can incur breakage once you transition out of that into a different texture. So just start nurturing your natural hair from the beginning, because it is a process. The little bit of new growth you get each month, that's not necessarily indicative of what your entire curl pattern is going to be like, because when your hair grows out, the weight of it pulling down, that's when you'll really get to see what your curl pattern looks like. So it's important to start embracing it from the get-go. Okay, so another tip that I like to give you ladies out there, which is basically just going to piggyback on the last point I just made, is to just get out there and experiment. Do not be afraid to experiment with products from jump. Like I said, you're going to be entering a whole new world. So find products that cater to natural hair. Um, it is a process. It took me a few years to find products that not only nourished my natural curls and got them to stay in place the way I like them to stay in place, but also just finding products that work well on my hair when I wanted to flat iron it. Read product labels. Just go out there and definitely find things that will put moisture back in your hair. Definitely get into deep conditioning your hair. Hot oil treatments are also a great option. So, like I said, just get out there, experiment, find what's right for you. In addition to, finding products that work for natural hair, also start doing natural styles that will allow your hair to rest. That was very important for me because I wasn't just deciding to go from relaxed to natural. My hair was very badly damaged, and so I needed to just give it a break. I did many things. Sometimes I just wore my hair in braids. I wore the fake ponytails, the drawstring ponytails a lot. I actually wore a drawstring ponytail for 2 years, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend that you do. If I had to do anything differently, I would have switched up my styles a little bit more, my protective styles as I was transitioning, because I don't think it's wise to do the same style all the time, because even braids, that can cause stress on your hair. You have to give yourself a rest from braids, weaves, anything that causes tension on your scalp. The drawstring ponytail, that was causing tension here, and it's hereditary for the women in my family. Our hair, they tend to go bald at the crown area, and I'm already noticing that my hair grows a lot slower at the crown than it does on the sides. And so just if I had to do things over again, I would definitely switched up my styles, but definitely start embracing natural styles. Braid outs are a great option. That's not going to cause any stress on your relaxed or natural hair. So just find something that works for you. But like I said, it's very important to treat all your hair like it's natural, because you're going to be working with it. So you may as well just get started, learn what works best for you. And so that way, once all your hair grows in, you'll already pretty much have a good idea of what you're working with. Okay, so the biggest and last piece of advice I can give you ladies out there is to just be patient. I cannot stress that enough. It is going to take you time just to get used to your natural hair, just to get used to looking at it. It's going to take you time to get used to working with it, to find products that work well with your hair. In terms of styling, especially when you want to get to the point where you want to start flat ironing your hair to make it straight. It took me probably a good 3 years to perfect my flat ironing technique, just to learn how to manipulate the styling tools. So just know it's a process. It's a fabulous journey. I wish more women would go on it. A lot of women say that they just don't have time. And that's why I'm saying I know that I can, to a certain degree, understand that, especially if you have a 9 to 5 or you're ripping and running and you just have to look fly, and you may not have time to take that time out of your schedule to get to know your hair. Some people don't even have time to manage your hair in between salon visits. But I think that if you do take the time, it'll be very rewarding. Now my hair is very easy to style and manage, because there is such thing as training your hair, people. Your hair, just like your body gets used to physical activity, your hair will get used to the same repetitive treatments that you're giving it. That's why a lot of people stick with one product line. So just like I said, be patient, get to know your beautiful natural curls, and have fun with it. Okay, everyone, so that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope some of these tips and suggestions work well for you. Feel free to email me. Let me know, hey, I tried this and it worked, or whatever. I'm here to offer my support. I just think being natural is a beautiful thing, and I support and I encourage you women out there to embark on this journey at least once in your life. So with that, have a blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye.